Cause we've got Dedic do 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 and Parmasaya do 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 do. Well, no Aguero, but we're better than Spansko. There you go, mate. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Zagreb save. That little intro there was for Kyle Stephen Townsend, who commented on the video with that song, and I said, well, if we get to Division 2, I'll sing it for you. So there you go, something new for a bit of an intro. But yeah, we're up into the second league in Croatia. Wonderful stuff with the winning the league title and gaining promotion with the playoff final win in the Croatian third division, so sees us into the second league. And first off, before we get into the game against HAJDUK 2, which is one of the toughest games we could have got as a season opener, so it'll be a good test for the guys. We're going to go into the transfers and see what we've been doing. And as you can see, we've been doing not very much at all. We've got rid of quite a few people out on loan and frees. We've released some people as well. So if we go and look at the release players first. So not making the grade, or people I don't deem as making the grade for the second division. Dario Jovanovski, who hasn't picked up another club. The striker was pretty rubbish for us last year. 4 games, 0 goals, 6.6. Was never going to cut it in the second league. Marko Grcic, probably a bit unlucky actually. We brought him in to try and really give some competition from Dynamo for the central midfield spots. He only got 2 games, a 6.7. He's gone. Leonardo Vuk, the left back, who I think my last words about him were he's terrible, and he played 4 games and that was it, and then didn't play. None of these have picked up other clubs. Matija Jaklic, a guy I've been trying to release on a free transfer for God knows how long, finally was able to do it after we bought him in on a free, gave him one of the biggest wages at the club. He was terrible, lasted 4 games after bringing him in, and then didn't play at all last season. He's gone. Lovro Silicic has picked up another club. He's moved to Maximir and plays for their under-19s. Not very much value. They're probably paying him far too much money. He didn't really play for us at all. He went on loan to Samobor, non-league in Croatia. Played 34 games, scored 2, 4 assists and 1 player of the match. However, his 2 appearances for us were rubbish, and his 5 appearances for Maximir are looking pretty rubbish as well. So no need to worry about him. Sven Kurtovic, someone that I probably would have liked to have seen, see how he evolves. He signed for Bejlovar, who are in the third league East. Again, 22 appearances out on loan, getting 7.05 at non-league, but in the league, 6.66 for us and a 6.78 fourth. Lots of competition at left back and right back for him, so he had to go. And then another right back, Dario Josipovic, has joined Pazinka, who are non-league as well, who we absolutely smashed actually in pre-season, which we'll get onto in a minute. But for us last year, or the first season, he played 10 games at 60.78. It wasn't too bad. 21 appearances on loan at Pazinka for a 6.98, and his 1 appearance actually after signing for them is a 4.8, which is absolutely shocking. So they're the people that we've released. So if we go back to all transfers, going out, another person, Josip Zelic joined Inter Sparasovic. I don't know, they really wanted him, and he's okay. We've got a bit of, I think it's a 50% sell-on clause, I think, unless they just got him on a free contract, I can't remember. And then lots of people have gone out on loan, mainly youngsters. The main ones to look out for, Juri Dadic is very highly recommended by our assistant manager, and Brett Higgins is our head of youth development. I think he's going to progress into something quite useful, so we've sent him on loan to HAJDUK just to see how he gets on. If he doesn't improve, then the chances are he won't get a space back here. Fran Dumbovic is a very highly rated youngster for us as well. He's gone on loan to Ponkivi. Made 2 appearances for them already this season and hasn't started very well at all. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. And Karlo Mihakovic, who I sort of wanted to keep around on the left wing this year, but then realised I actually didn't need to. So he's gone out on loan. Again, highly recommended and rated by our coaches, scouts and head of development. But all in all, none of these players that we've lost are really going to impact the team. So on to the ins. 3. Yeah, that's right. We've had 3 people join the club in the summer, which is good because we keep our core team the same and they're all very happy and they all know how each other plays. It's also quite bad because we aren't going to be the strongest team in this division, so it's going to be hard. So we'll look at the loans first. 2 loans, both in from Lokomotiva. Both right backs as well. Josip Palic comes in. 19 years old, rated pretty good and potential 5-star ability, good natural fitness, decent pace, good crossing. Should do pretty well as the right back for us. Backing him up is another loanee, Luka Bassar. Pretty similar stats, although Palic just edges it because of his increased crossing. But generally they're pretty similar in how they play, so those two should be quite interchangeable. And then a signing that we actually bought on a free transfer, who's gone straight down to the under-19s, is Marko Mitrovic as a centre-back. Came in very highly recommended. Ken Wynn reported him to me, so well done, Ken. And when we were looking at him and I was like, oh, I don't really see what it is, the next day I added him to my shortlist, as I do with most people that Ken and the scouting team find. I added him to the shortlist, and then the next day it was Rijeka, HAJDUK Split and Istra all had made a transfer bid for him. Now, he was at a club. He was at Dragovoljc and he was worth, I think, £750 or maybe £1,000. They all made bids of 0 and they got accepted. So I was like, well, I'll chuck in a cheeky free transfer 0 bid, and then offered him a squad rotation contract, which doesn't really mean anything at the moment because he's not 17, so we can't play him anyway. But yeah, and he was happy to sign for us for £100 a week, and I could offer him £100 a week because our finances are looking very splendid at £533,000 in the bank. We have a £32,000 transfer budget, which has had no impact. In fact, it's gone up if for some reason, and we are £500 roughly below our wage budget. So the season is starting quite well, and that's makes me a little bit sceptical because there's a chance that means the actual season will go terribly, because the last 2 seasons the finances have been pretty dreadful. We've been spending over our wage budget. We've had players moaning a fair bit, but the season went well. So I'm hoping that this season is the players are happy, the club's happy because of the finances, and we do well in the league as well. Now, for those that can't remember from last episode, thanks for everyone that voted on the Twitter poll as well, that said you wanted a Football Manager episode on Friday. By the time you're watching this, I'll be in the air on my way to Thailand. And there won't be any more videos until Wednesday when I get back, which I've already mentioned. So yeah, we'll go from there. But so thank you to everybody that voted. What are we going to talk about? Yeah, so not many changes, just generally people being called up from the youth teams to come and try and claim their spots. We've got everybody's pretty happy. Dynamics wise, dressing room atmosphere is good, managerial support is excellent, match cohesion is good because we haven't actually signed too many different people, so that's good. The only thing we've got is that nearly everybody is starting to suggest we lack depth in defence, which someone commented on another YouTuber I watch, Grey Hair Gaming. He made a comment to say, why are all my people saying there's not enough depth in midfield, because he had loads of midfielders, and someone commented on that to say, well, I think it's actually a case that it's not the depth, it's the quality, so they don't think there's enough quality in defence. And because we'll look at this, we've got 3 technically people on loan as well, 3 right backs, 4 centre backs and 3 left backs, which is more than enough to cover what we need. However, when you look at the star ratings, the right backs on loan are pretty good. We've got 2 centre backs that are rated pretty good, and then the left backs are pretty dire. Dedic is still rated quite highly, but they're pretty poor. So I might just go and sign another centre back and see if that makes a difference. I don't know if we've got anyone that's very highly rated now. It's all just potential. So Mitrovic would be the one that I would call up, but I don't really want to at the moment. So that's something I've got to keep an eye on. Other than that, the squad's pretty good. Everyone's pretty happy. We've had a change in captaincy. It's no longer Knezovic, which I've been told is the correct way to say him with the K. It's no longer Knezovic. The captaincy has moved to Bektasi. He's pretty good as a captain. Where's his leadership gone? 13 leadership and 10 teamwork, so he was a good little contender for it. Backup vice-captain is Koklovic at the back. Brings a bit of experience at 32. Leadership 11. Teamwork 11. So an all-round good egg for the team. Squad numbers have been done, so we've had to have squad numbers this year as well. So just to run you through them, Knezovic gets 1, Palic on loan gets 2, Dedic, the left back, gets 3, Karimi at holding midfield gets 4, left back and left-sided centre back and right-sided centre back in Nekic and Koklovic gets 5 and 6, Kubel gets 7, Simonovic gets 9 because he's going to be our starting striker, Peretin is our second best striker, so gets number 10, Josip Majic will be our starting left winger, so gets 11, Polic and Bektasi will be fighting it out for a starting spot alongside or in front of Karimi, along with someone, Liber, who is number 8, who's not here because I've got it filtered by only available players. So Polic is 12, Jokic backup keeper is 13, Bektasi is 14, Kolaric The useless striker is 15. 16, Regovic. Parmasevic, 17. Matkovic, 19. Ivanovic, 20. Skender, and then we get into some youth players. Skender, 21. Sadiki, the centre-back, who is probably unlucky to not be starting this season, is on 22. Obasevic, 23. Bassar, 24. And Zayn Pierre at 25. So let me know if you're happy with those numbers, or did you think someone in this area deserved to get a higher number? Probably the only one I'd say is Bektasi, but he was happy with 14. So yeah, we'll go from there. The reason why Sadiki isn't starting ahead of Nekic is because I really want to sign Nekic when his contract expires this season or next season. So I'm just trying to keep him pretty happy and friendly. I also went through last time the rules of the league, and you can have a maximum of 5 non-EU players in the squad. We have 2, possibly 3 if they all play at the same time, so that's fine. You can have 3 under-21 players in the playing 11 for the first half. That's not a problem. We've got Palic, Nekic, Simonovic, all there in the starting 11 that are under 21. And then on the bench to replace them, we have Bassar, we have Jokic, who's under 21, we have Peritin, Parmasevic. So we easily cover that. The rule that was confusing me was maximum 5 over 21 players in the squad. Now, that was really, I was like, oh my god, we're really going to struggle with that because a lot of our players are over 21 and I can only have 5 of them in the squad. And then I went and read the rules properly, and that's only if you're a B team to a team that's already in the first division. So that rule doesn't affect us. So I'm pretty sure that is everything. Marco Toss, a long-term patron to the channel, said he wants to be my assistant manager. I'm happy about that. He hasn't been appointed yet because this is still our current assistant manager, and I've always said it's when we bring in someone new that you'll get that place. So Marco, don't worry, when we get the new assistant manager, that will be you. Something I'm going with this year, patrons will all be a member of staff at some point. So Derek Murphy, Callum Bacon, you guys will all get a member of staff position. Obviously at the moment though, the problem is that we don't have enough staff positions available to actually do that. But yeah, I was very close as well. Very close to bringing in a certain Luka Modric as a director of football. However, he signed a new contract at these guys, the Chinese team, Han Xing Fu, or whatever they're called. But yeah, we took him to negotiations. We got him down to a pay that he would have been happy with, and then he agreed to sign a new contract with them, which was a shame, but we were very close to doing it. That's enough waffle. Let's get into the game, and we are playing HAJDUK 2. And this is how we're going to line up for it. Knezovic in goal, Palic, Koklovic, Nekic and Dedic at the back. Karimi, Bektasi and Polic starts in midfield. Kubel on the right, Majic on the left and Simonovic up front. Simonovic moaning last season that he didn't get enough first team football. Well, he's our best player at the club. This is something I like to show you guys as well. He's one of the youngest players in our first team. He's also the key player at the club. I really think we're going to struggle to keep hold of him, but there you go. Koklovic vice-captain, Bektasi captain, me manager, and Zlatko Skender, the centre-back, is our best youth prospect, and he is in the first team, and will be getting first-team football, I'm sure, in the very near future. But let's get into the game. Pre-season was fine. We beat nearly everybody. Brett Higgins is still in charge of all of that as head of youth development. He runs the team in that. It's the start of the season in Division 2. Go out there and impress me. We start away at HAJDUK, which is a ground I've actually been at as well, which is very nice. It's a very nice ground, HAJDUK Split Stadium, but let's get into it. We'll let the assistant go and do that. And the guys walk out for their first taste of Division 2 football since the club was relegated. And we are the last game this season to kick off. Well, one of the last games of the opening day to kick off, as Bektasi comes forward, releases Palic, the new signing on loan, straight away from Lokomotiva, who wins an early corner, which is good. We've kept all of our ground dimensions. I know we're away today, but just to let you guys know, we've kept all of our ground dimensions and stuff the same, as we're still trying to do that back post corner. Let's see if it works in Division 2. You could sort of see from just that highlight, they look... All their players look so much bigger than us, and Frantovic makes a good save from Nekic's header. But yeah, all their players just look so much bigger and like they're going to dominate us in the air. But yeah, let's wait and see. So Polic picks up the clearance down to Dedic. Polic has got to impress. He's been moaning for more first team football since we brought him in, and passes like that aren't going to impress it. Bektasi picks it up. He's tackled well by Bojanovic. Over the top. Oh, and Nekic read that very well indeed. Nekic lays it back to Knezovic in goal. Knezovic out to the left-hand or right-hand side to Koklovic, up to Palic, into Bektasi. Bektassi. Now, some of you might be wondering why is Obsejevic not playing, because according to my assistant manager and my backroom staff, he's absolutely shocking when compared to the rest of his team. Palic tried to square it across, will get on the end of his own block cross. Bektassi is there, edge of the box, shoots, oh, it's gone in off the post. New captain of the club, Dani Bektassi, has scored a wonderful goal from 20 yards out, in off the post, just round the reach of Frantovic in goal. Palic's cross was blocked. He hadn't used his good acceleration to get to the ball first. Bektassi just knocked it to get away from his man and then curls it round the goalkeeper's reach, in off the post. 1-0 Zagreb. What a start to Season 2. Of course, it's not Season 2, I mean Division 2. I keep saying that. It's Season 3. Season 3, Division 2, Game 1. Frantovic with a goal kick. He goes long. We should win that in the air. Koklovic heads it down into Polic. Polic back to Karimi. Into Bektassi. Now, I didn't feel the need to extend Ramadani's loan, even though he was becoming a bit of a cult hero of the save. We've just got lots of options that can play centre midfield and holding midfield, so we didn't really need to bring him back in. But he's always another option if we need to. We know what he can do, so he's always going to be an option to bring him on loan. As Polic finds himself in behind. Polic is one-on-one. Oh, he's hit the bar. Polic, you want first team football, lad. You've got to put those chances away. You have to put those chances away. Corner. Polic swings it in, left-footed. Just too long for Dedic, but he does control it. Keeps it back in the middle. We've hit the post again. Karimi's hit the post. Polic tries to fire it back into the box. It's cleared away. We've hit the woodwork twice in quick succession. Likul up to Burnic. Burnic comes forward out to the right hand side. Tomasakovic back into Burnic, but he's robbed. But that's a poor pass across, and Knezovic makes a good save. I'm not too sure whose pass that was that messed that up. But it's given HAJDUK a corner. Gojak puts it in. It's bobbling around. Kubel gets it away and clears it out for a throw-in. So I'm interested to keep an eye on Primorac Biograd as well, the team that came up with us last year. They are currently getting a point, which is good. Very good for them. The media prediction is that we finish 7th, which is bang in mid-table this year. So it's quite good. 9-2 to win the title. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as it goes. So what happens in Division 2 in Croatia? The league champions go directly up, and then the team that finishes second plays a playoff with the team that finishes second bottom in the first division. So only one team gets guaranteed promotion, and then you have to play another game if you finish second against the team that might get relegated from the first division. Because it appears that in Croatian football nothing can be simple as just 2 teams go up and 2 teams come down. But we take a 1-0 lead into half time, which I'm going to say I'm very happy with. Don't worry about changing anything. Everyone playing pretty well. 6.4 for Polic, probably because he hit the bar when he really should have scored. Karimi on a 6.6. Simonovic picks up a yellow card on a 6.4. Majic on a 6.4. I'm not too fussed while we're winning and playing okay. The highlights seem to suggest that we're dominating the game, and the stats seem to suggest that as well, as Burnic is tackled very well by Dedic. And I'm just loving this. I'm loving this save. I'm loving the support. I'm loving all your comments. Obviously, I've got a lot of comments to answer from the last video, and thank you to all those people that do comment. It really helps. It allows me to realise you're enjoying the save when you guys get involved, as it goes to the back post. Nekic heads it down. Bektassi shot is blocked. Karimi block is shot is blocked, and then that's a ball over the top, and Burnic could be in here for a counter attack. We've held him up well. It's good defending, and then it's put behind by Koklovic as well. But yeah, the comments. My push has been to get my work finished, obviously, before I go on holiday, and to get this video out. So I'm hoping I can get this out on the Friday. If not, then sorry. But this is what we're going for. Kubel, long cross for the ball. Majic is in. Majic shoots. Good save from Franitovic. He's having a good game in goal for HAJDUK too. But we need to keep this going. 303 fans here. 25 fans have done the coastal trip from Zagreb to Split. Well, sort of coastal. Zagreb's in city, but I would drive down probably to like Rijeka and then just down the coast, because that's what I did on my holiday, and it was really nice. So just coming up to an hour gone, and I'm just wondering if we look to make a sub. Simonovic really not doing much up front, so we're going to go for the other youngster in Peditin, who scored a ton of goals in the youth team last year. Majic not playing well on the left. Let's bring on Parmasejevic to come on that side as well. So 2 interesting subs, 2 youngsters coming on. 2 of our under 21 contingent are going to be coming on the hour mark to see if they can make a difference. Just keeping an eye on Karimi as well. Simonovic, he wants first team football, but he's not going to keep it for very long if he has performances like that. I think, yeah, Primo Biograd have now gone 2 goals behind. They're playing Dynamo 2, so that was a tough start to life in Division 2 for them as well. But yeah, look at this, 10 shots, only 3 on target, which is a concern. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target, but Knezovic has saved both. But yeah, let's just see how this game unfolds. But we have another highlight. Tomasovic puts it in. Burnic is beaten in the air. Polic, lovely turn on the ball. Comes forward with it. Out to Kubel on the right-hand side, who's on a yellow card. Lays it back to Palic. Palic with a bit of space into Bektasi. Captain with the goal scorer. Palic on the right-hand side. Palic swings it across. Parmasevic the sub, and Franatovic makes another save for HAJDUK 2. And where would they be without him at the moment in this game? Polic. Dedic with the header. Franatovic with another save. Oh, and then it's cleared away. This is relentless from Zagreb. Polic with the ball in. Karimi with the header, and that one goes just past the post. Are we gonna really regret not putting these chances away? We have been much better than HAJDUK in this game. Let's just demand a little bit more for the last time with the players. Hopefully that will fire them up. They don't seem to. Yes, focused after the feedback. That's what we want to see. Kubel free. He loves a free kick. Kubel, just hits the side netting with this attempt. But this would be a very good start to the season. Beating a team like HAJDUK 2 would be absolutely wonderful. Dedic looking very tired on a 64, but a 7.8 I'm not taking him off. Good to see Palic, the first game for the club on the low knee, for a 7.8 is good as well. Karimi's upped his ideas to a 6.8. I just don't think the youngsters are ready for this complete... The complete forward role is really tough in Football Manager 19, but this formation struggles if you try and... The only one this formation I've tended to use is a false 9, and we just don't have anyone that can do... We have anyone that can do a complete forward, but it's harder to be a false 9 because you have to drop and pass the ball and be mixed in the players. That shot is blocked. Peretin picks it up. He then runs with the ball out to Kubel. I'm just going to, for the last 4 minutes or so, I'm just going to praise them when this highlight finishes. Palic cuts inside, beats his man, keeps coming forward with it. Palic squares it into Polic, but he's overhit it. Burnic then goes for a first time pass. Nekic intercepts it and goes back to Knezovic. Knezovic then back to Koklovic on the right hand side. He puts a ball forward. It's poor. Kulic is there. Kulic goes over the top towards Baran, who's got away from his man. Keeps it in play. Puts the cross in. But into the header. Knezovic saves it onto the post and then bounces onto the... dives onto the clearance and rebound. And that was a dangerous opportunity. HAJDUK's best chance easily in the game. And I'm just wondering... I mean, Palic is overwhelmed because I praised him. That's weird. And then his rating goes up, which doesn't make sense. Tomasovic, Burnic, tackle well. Karimi comes forward. Can we counter? Karimi up to Peretin. Peretin holds on, lays back to Karimi. Karimi goes up into Dedic. Dedic comes forward. No one really in the box for him, but he swings it in there anyway. It's bouncing around, and Pajanovic just takes his time, uses good composure, and the goalkeeper gets it away. Koklovic with a throw-in. Not too sure why that's happening. He's my centre-back, and doesn't necessarily have good long throw-ins. He looks for Polic, beaten in the air. Memaj comes forward, looks over the top, finds Burnic. Burnic's got a man in the middle, totally free. He's gone to the back post, and Nekic got back just in time to clear it away. And will this hold on for this 1-0 win? Nicky, ball in, Nekic with a header. Polic flicks it on one more. Peretin tries to get there and does. Parmasevic picks up the loose ball. He comes forward with his blonde hair. Parmasevic on the left-hand side, lays it out to Dedic. Dedic can swing it across now. He's got men to aim for. Wins a throw-in. And I'm hoping that will see us through. A minute to go. Dedic with the ball. Doesn't need to rush. He's looking to throw it in reasonably long, I'd imagine. Parmasevic is free there on the edge of the area. But he goes in and Peretin flicks it on. Polic tried to square it across goal. And now Nicky comes forward. Ball forward and over the top. Watch these two men running through the middle, please. Memaj crosses blocked. Polic picks it up. He's had a great second half, I feel, Polic. Parmasevic, will he get there? No, he can't. But there's 7 seconds to go and we could be starting the season with a league win. There's the final whistle. We win our first game in Division 2, which is absolutely brilliant. Passionately, a very nice victory. I didn't think we could do it against HAJDUK 2, but we have done it. And we find ourselves up to 5th with 3 points after the first game. There are still some games to go. So I was completely bullshitting when I said we were one of the last games to kick off in the season. But yeah, we beat HAJDUK 2. 1-0 and go up to 5th place, which is a fantastic start to the season. Peretin makes a debut, which is good for him. He's valued at 2.5k. I don't really want to play it as an advanced forward. The whole point of this tactic is that this player drops into this gap and then these run on ahead of him and he sort of acts as a link play rather than getting all the goals. We might have to go back to starting Regovic just because he's a bit more used to how we play. Simunovic and Peretin have youth on their side and we're training them into the complete forward role. It's just whether they can do it. And I think while Simunovic is rated like this, it's very hard to keep him out of the team. The only thing I can think of is that we up it to a complete forward attack so he actually stays forward a little bit more. when we're pushing for a goal, I'll put him as an advanced forward, but at the moment I want him to fit into our tactic, not our tactic to fit around him. As Palic picks up man of the match on his debut, which is wonderful stuff. He's looking very, very good. When does his contract expire for Lokomotiva? So he's got 2 seasons on his contract left. But if he plays very well, we might make a bid for him to try and bring him on a full deal. 8.5k, I reckon we could probably get him for about 5k. But yeah, compared to the rest of the squad, he's very, very good indeed. We're going to leave it there for this episode. We will come back. Wow, it's not many games in this season. Maybe we'll come back for HAJDUK reserves. We've just played HAJDUK reserves. No, we don't want to come back for them. I'll tell you what, we'll come back for... Is that a bit too far? Maybe there, Varazdin and Jogpuji or something. I don't know. We'll be back in the future. I want to play Primorac Biograd just to see how far we've come in this save against a previous 3rd Division team. But I'm rambling. We'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you to the Patreons, the wonderful Patreons that are over here. You will all be in the game as a member of staff at some point, and we can track where you go, how you progress, and things like that. But it's been very, very, very good. Thank you so much for watching on this episode. Please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about Division 2 and what are our chances, where do you think we'll finish. And for now, I'm out, and I'll speak to you all when I get back from Thailand. Why not wish me a nice holiday in the comments if you got this far. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out. Cheers.